Okay, mulligan to 6, confirmed. Once upon a time, great way to start a match. We're underway.
My good friend.
Okay, sewing Micah Spawn is found by the Once Upon a Time. There's Planar Nexus, Exiling Simian Spirit Guide, or Elvis Spirit Guide, sorry. Grim Monolith, and, oh man, I'm blanking on the name of this card. It's the Silex. Force Pitching Disinformation Campaign. All right, we're underway. The best format, everybody. Wasteland blows up Planar Nexus. Let me try to get the names of these cards up on the screen. Thank you, Audrey. Yes, Karn, Silex, and Disinformation Campaign. Beseju, who endures, is the land on David's side. The second Wasteland blew up a Cloudpost. Here is Trench Post.
Very Lucas. I'll fetch.
Okay, Pluto Delta gets cracked here by Audrey. Undercity Sewer Surveil. Audrey claiming he will post this list in our Discord decklist channel tonight. So if it's not there by tonight, we're gonna do something about it. Okay, a Ponder was surveilled into the graveyard. Flooded Strand, Murktide Regent, oh boy.
Have 2 counters.
Okay, 5/5 Murktide is in. Yeah, back-to-back Wastelands do seem like a bad time. I agree. Okay, Glimmer Post comes in. David gains 2 life.
Go. 5.
Swinging for 5. Damage will come in. Audrey with another Wasteland right now. Do we go after one of these lands, or do we wait for Planar Nexus? Do we wait for Urza Saga? Do we wait for etc.? Eye of Ugin, whatever. Okay, goes after Beseju. I like cutting off green here. Cutting back on a land as well allows, or doesn't allow, David to drop a land and untap Grim Monolith. Phelia gets flashed in, the Exuberant Shepherd.
Belfast 6. Trigger.
Legacy staple, Baleful Strix comes in. Flooded Strand. Attacking. Gonna flicker the Baleful Strix with Phelia. A lot of damage. Dropping down to 10. Phelia gets a counter. Draw another card off the Strix. Phelia showing up on stream more and more, I feel like, each passing week. And looking more and more impressive. Here's sowing the Mecha Spawn. No kicker, just going to tutor for a land. I can't imagine this will be Wasteland this time. Will probably be a land that will make the current lands better. Maybe a Planar Nexus, maybe a Cloudpost, maybe that kind of thing. Audrey's already blown up 3 lands in this game. Cloudpost it is. Makes sense?
Yes. So
I just feel like the locust land type was a mistake. What do you think, Jeff? I just don't feel like we needed that type.
Oh, for each
She's for each name.
Yeah.
And then he's for each name, so I'll draw 2.
I'll take a minute. I need to do mathematics here. Two cards.
And then you draw.
Yeah, Rico, and then I draw.
Okay, 2 cards in David's hand. Audrey figuring out some math. Let's see if Audrey takes out his calculator. Harry Houdini is here. Afternoon, my friends. I'm Canadian. Am I still welcome on the stream? You know what? You're very welcome, Harry. Harry, one of our best people. What's up, Harry?
I'll bomb it. You go to 16.
Okay, Swords to Plowshares fired off. The Eldrazi is in exile. So Audrey has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power on the board right now. Phelia could, of course, if Audrey plays another creature, get a counter. All right, Brainstorm for Audrey to start the turn. High train complete a couple of minutes ago. Thank you for the subs, everybody. Harry says, thank goodness for Legacy and MTG as a distraction from the crazy world we live in. Pierre, thank you for the resub with Prime, 20 months. 90s MTG was kind of born of the pandemic. Long story short, didn't have much to do, was kind of unemployed, started working on this channel a bit more, started streaming, and here we are. So 90s MTG is kind of born of difficult times in my life anyway. Thank you everybody for being here and sticking with us all these 5 years. We're coming up on 5 years of streaming on Twitch. I kind of can't believe it. All right, Bowmaster and Phelia, and critically low life total now for the Cloudpost.
Cards.
1 card in Audrey's hand.
Yeah, keep this.
Oh, you have to win that.
You get 8 if you're the first one into that, 5 if you're the second one, and then like
I'm in Long Island 6. Okay, so not too far.
Wait, you actually have to be wrong.
We're getting more and more folks over in LSC, so
Sure. How much?
It's gonna be for 4.
Half floating or just
Mario is over in LSC as well. We should just do a gathering of
Yeah,
sorts.
right, man.
8. So it's gonna be for 6.
6 modes?
That's it, so.
6 modes are going to be exile this and make 6 spawn. So really I can survive
Do
this.
that. That's boring. Just like have I don't know, everybody like chip in like 20 bucks.
Okay, unfortunately not enough mana to get rid of Murktide, but gets rid of Baleful Strix, makes 6 spawn. Could possibly survive this turn, block and untap Grim Monolith. Blinking with Phelia. I think Audrey still shows lethal here.
I can sack for 2 mana, right?
You can sack. Yeah. You have 2 mana floating.
Yeah, 2 mana.
Take 5?
And then let 3 go in the end.
Okay, we are going to game 2. Audrey takes game 1. MTG Chicago is here, says, look at those sick life counters. Yes, thank you, MTG Chicago, for getting these life counters into our hands. This is our first week using them on stream. Once upon a time. MTG Chicago, if you have a link handy for the life counters and want to share it, feel free. I probably should have been more prepared. If not, I will get the link for people. I will get the link.
Second main.
Okay, that's an Urza's Tower. Urza's Tower found by Once Upon a Time. Great way to start a game. But we're going to start with Cloudpost, which makes sense. It enters tapped. Roger's going to fetch with a Flooded Strand and ponder.
Yeah, it's not worth
Audrey resolving this ponder now. Cloudpost, a deck that, I mean, it's existed in Legacy for a long time. It kind of pops up here and there when the meta will allow for it to kind of take advantage of the metagame for a little while. Its presence in Legacy seems to fluctuate up and down as people become more prepared for it, less prepared for it over time. Very cool deck. It's got a lot of new cards in it from recent years. MH3 stuff like Planar Nexus, which just got placed onto the table. Even Once Upon a Time, going back a couple of years. Here's Karn the Great Creator.
Karn the Great Creator.
During your turn, it has proof during your turn, and then as long as more loyalty is in the and then during my turn.
Karn the Great Creator is such a key card in these colorless decks in Legacy. Disruptor Flu coming in response. So Karn is going to resolve, but Audrey's going to disrupt it a bit here. Its loyalty abilities are going to have to wait till next turn, it seems.
Surveil 2.
So that's a Disruptor Flute underneath the Karn. Whiteboard token thing. And then Karn, the Great Creator, on the other side. Brainstorm for Audrey. David had passed the turn.
Okay. Sure. I have 3.
Yeah, Audrey pointing out that it can't be activated, period. I totally explained that wrong. For some reason, I was thinking you can pay 3, but you cannot pay 3. It's just needle at this point. Karn is shut off.
ETB, I'm going to decline.
Sometimes I'm doing the stream and I'm like, wait, what the hell am I talking about? I know better how this works. All right, Sowing Mycospawn is getting cast here. I don't believe it's kickered. Oh, it is kickered. Wait, 3. Oh, right, the tower taps for 3. Okay.
Wasteland. Is it still on the stack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasteland is found.
Bowmaster? Yes. In this?
Okay, so a basic swamp was exiled. A wasteland is targeting Tundra, and in response, Daze. It's possible that David should have held off on using the wasteland until Sowing Mycospawn resolved. Kind of allowed a Daze to save the Tundra there. That was a key play. Good heads-up play from Audrey for sure. Here's Murktide Regent with 3 counters on it again. Yeah, no need to waste until Micah Spawn resolves. I agree. Good play by Audrey. The One Ring on the stack. A couple of months ago got banned in Modern. Not super relevant in Legacy. I know. There's going to be people like diving into the comment section right now. Actually, it's in this percent of deck. It's not that relevant in Legacy compared to what it was in Modern. It gets Force of Willed here. That's likely a big reason why. It just gets forced sometimes.
7. Excite and Scry.
Okay, I'll ping you.
How many possible?
7.
Okay, so removing Bowmaster. And looking at the top couple of cards. Audrey says totally disagree. Moon Stompy lives and dies while resolving the One Ring. Yep. I was trying to make the comparison to Modern. I mean, in Modern, it was like in so many more decks. Legacy is just a different situation. I don't think there are many people like, with the ban announcement coming up saying, oh my goodness, the One Ring is in every deck and it needs to go. It's a different situation. But yes, there are some decks that use the One Ring and it's very good in the deck and the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll keep.
Okay, Audrey resolving a cantrip here. There's a 2/2 Orc Army, 5/5 Murktide, Karn at 4 loyalty, shut off by a Disruptor Flute. Audrey has, for the most part, recovered from the Sowing Microspawn situation. Wasteland takes out Planar Nexus. That's a big play right there. Urza's Tower dropped back down to producing 1 colorless mana now.
I'm really fucking with Procedure right now. I'm gonna take a card.
Okay, Karn gets knocked out.
Oh no, it's good. Yeah.
Another Planar Nexus. P. Lynch says the ring invalidates the Stompy deck's drawback of having to go all in with the fast mana. Is because of refill mechanic. Yeah, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, Audrey pointing out that a Boseiju blowing up Flute, unlocking Karn to find Bridge would be a big problem. I think it's smart to attack Karn there. I agree with that play.
2 cards in hand?
Yes.
5.
Attacking with Murktide. Here's the Once Upon a Time. Finds another Microspawn.
Yeah.
I think there was the land wasn't tapped, but we're filtering through Urza's through Planar Nexus there. Here's another Urza's Tower, so a lot of mana. The Urza's Towers are 9 mana alone. Another Eldrazi kicked.
Underground Sea.
And target Underground Sea. Consigned to memory, countering everything.
Spice. Disinformation campaign.
All right, Disinformation Campaign is on the stack. Interesting card from, I believe, Ravnica Allegiance. A Boseiju is discarded. When Disinformation Campaign enters, you draw a card and each opponent discards a card. Whenever you surveil, you bounce it to your hand.
It goes back to my hand.
Oh, okay.
Well, first I'll surveil.
Yeah.
I keep that even.
So you have to resolve the surveil.
Whenever
Or
I
it doesn't
surveil,
Okay.
well, I have to resolve it, yes.
Okay.
But I don't have to put it.
Okay, Bowmaster goes into the graveyard. Disinformation campaign is returned to hand. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you leave the card on top or not. Just surveilling will trigger it.
Got rid of the Boseiju, it's better than nothing.
Go ahead.
It's just the card that I got rid of. Trigger. Discard the card I'll draw.
Okay, an Elvish Spirit Guide is discarded. Could have just played that, I guess, as a creature, but I don't know.
Last one? Okay.
One counter.
Okay.
Blast Zone comes in with 1 counter.
5.
All right, a Bowmaster deals the last point of damage in the second game in a row. GG's, Audrey gets it. Disinformation campaign, folks. Should it be on the watch list? Should it be on the watch list? Return to Ravnica. That doesn't sound right. Is that card from Return to Ravnica? It's that old? I thought it was from... Let's look it up. No, that I remember it being legal with War of the Spark. Oh, Guilds of Ravnica. Guilds of Ravnica. Yeah. That's a little bit later on. 2018. Buy them while you can. Yeah, the disinformation campaigns are getting sold out right now. Okay. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat to decide which match we will watch next. Which match next? It is up to you, people of the chat. Miracles versus Dark Depths or Esper versus Mono Black or Esper Vial versus Blue-Black Tempo Otter Bounce. Or Esper Tempo versus Dark Depths. You got 1 minute. Lots of Esper in the queue. Babylon says Ravnica Part 3. It was after Zendikar Part 2, but before Zendikar Part 3. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Empty Chicago hoping for Force of Fill. Eternal Magic is here. I believe from Brazil. Yeah, 2018 was a long time ago. It was. All right, votes are coming in the chat. Our Discord server is up on your screen. Are you in the Discord server? If not, join the Discord server. We have a Patreon. We have a coffee page. We have a merch shop. Links are all over the place. Go check them out. Almost out of time on this poll. Esper Vial versus Blue-Black. Pure contributed 400 channel points. Let's do it. Yes, we are starting another Webcam Legacy League very soon. Keep an eye on the Discord. If you are interested in playing, don't have it muted or something and miss the whole thing. All right. Eternal Magic is in Brazil. We do have a lot of viewers in Brazil. Hello to everyone watching in Brazil. I have to visit Brazil. All right, Esper Vial versus Blue-Black. Diving in.
Keep this.
I'll keep it.
Permanent, right?
Permanent, yes.
Surveil. Bowmaster's going to do it second.
All right, joining us on the left with Esper Vial is Arash, and on the right is Herman with Dimir Bounce. We've seen Herman play these Bounce Otter decks on stream recently. They were Is It. Now Herman is trying Dimir. I tell people all the time, keep an eye on what Herman is playing. They don't listen. Urion is revealed for Arash. One card on the bottom for Herman. Looks like we're ready to go. Multa 6, Polluted Delta Pass.
Versus.
Meticulous Archive, Surveil.
Double versus.
I'll just mention again, we are starting a Webcam Legacy League in our Discord server. Links are all over the place for that. It's starting very soon. If you're interested, join the Discord. Any questions about it, ask in the Discord. Players around the world, jamming games, pretty much at all hours. And it's really fun. All right, Surveil is happening here by Undercity Sewers. Both players starting the game with some surveilling. Fatal Push dumped.
I'll get dazed. I'm going to shortcut. Swamp.
I don't know if the player sat down knowing what the other was playing for this, so that should be interesting. Could be, should be. Scrubland found by a Polluted Delta. These Esper Vial decks are usually built to attack the metagame with the right hate bears.
80 card, double sleeve.
I mean, you have to. It's legacy. Overlord.
Overlord of the Bellmark. It's a good one.
Force.
That one.
Pitches.
Yeah, sure.
Never borrow that.
Put a 9. Put an 18.
I'll say go.
Okay, a Force of Will on the impended Overlord, and then an Unstep Bowmaster.
I like the patch your piece.
18 as well. 18
Take a look. Do you?
What's that?
Sure. Okay.
Back for 2.
Yep. I'll go to 16.
Pass turn.
Oh, I can start doing this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fine, it's fine. I got it. You have your own tracking to make to keep it.
I'll play Island. I'll say go.
Sure.
All right, no plays there for Arash, just an island. Does Arash have instant speed plays? We might be about to find out. Let's see.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I love this one.
Bowmasters targeting your Bowmaster.
Well, Orcish Bowmaster is getting flashed in, maybe prematurely revealing the target here, but that's fine. Herman thinking about a response.
So cast this town ain't big enough targeting our Bowmasters.
Okay, this town ain't big enough in response. The Bowmaster has resolved, trying to bounce both players' Bowmasters. Force pitching to Fairy.
Your force target resolve.
Okay.
Now you have a token.
You have the ball therapy, sacrificing a token. I have. Well, stream's not gonna like this, but here we are.
You have a
Did you take my
Pokemon?
life already? I do. Actually, is it anything else?
All right, a Pokemon card has been placed onto the table. Does the stream like it? Don't know. Trading Orc armies here. The Pokemon card is gone. Herman's correct token is gone. Now Fatal Push, targeting Bowmaster. The board is clear of creatures now.
I'll put your end in my hand.
Sure.
Take go.
Okay, Urion was bought out of the Companion Zone. Thundertrap Trainer.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds fine. This is just Augur, right? Sorry, the Ponder.
Huh?
This is just Augur.
Huh?
I would ponder my
Yeah, look at 4. But it's non-creature, non-land. So it can
Okay.
pick up like enchantments and planeswalkers.
I see.
I'll pick up a Daze.
Okay, Daze is selected by Thunder Trap Trainer, non-creature, non-land card off the top 4. One of the otters that Herman has been playing in this list. Marsh Flats just got cracked. We might be surveilling here. Undercity Sewer.
No, only creatures.
The one thing I like about fetch lands is that they
If you've been hanging out with us on stream a bit recently, though, you might be noticing a trend of blue decks with otters and Mardu aggro decks and Zenith deck, Green Sun Zenith decks. And those are the styles of decks we're seeing at the top tables recently here in New York City. Here's Baleful Strix. A lot of Zenith. A lot of blue bounce stuff. We have an interesting metagame shaking out. Stock Up, another big card, recent card.
2, right? Yep. And then the gain is if you make a guy, right? If I recall. Yeah. So you can't do it. Or
No, if I already control one, I get one.
Yeah, I've already controlled it.
Still a little bit of uncertainty about Stock Up. Is it a legacy staple going forward? Is it mediocre? Is it just unplayable? People seem to have a variety of opinions on it, but seems to be getting tested quite a bit right now.
I'll take the second.
Because you just do it regardless.
And maybe its numbers are going up, appearing more frequently. We've seen it on stream more frequently. Voodoo in the chat says, I think it's a staple for Stegan Show. Like Confidant says, it's been strong in the Souls land blue decks like Show and Tell. Blue Painter potentially.
I'll take it. Combat.
Sure. These two.
Sure, damage happens.
Okay.
So take 2. This dies, trigger. And I actually
Combat.
go in. Sure.
I'll take one.
I think we kind of needed a cantrippy kind of card that gets around Bowmaster.
Casualty and other objects list.
Stock Up so far looking impressive, I guess. Murktide Regent,
So there's a result. Okay, so
is it full size?
but the copy will not.
Maybe not. I see a Bowmaster was exiled.
So 2. Because Raptor
One is 2 and one has
3. And possess the
It'll
original.
be a 6/6 dragon first.
Okay. Yeah, I result.
Okay, 6/6 Murktide.
That's the one where it makes a guy, right?
Yeah.
With that on the stack. I don't hold the copy.
I will Daze the Solitude.
So I
picking
have
up
the devil,
Undercity.
and then I will say
All right, casting Solitude right into Daze. It gets Daze.
Go ahead and waste your waste.
All right, now wasting a waste, cutting Arash down to 4 mana.
Yeah, thank you. So you'll have
Like Confidant wondering if we should unban Expressive Iteration. Probably.
they don't. Legend Rule doesn't apply to any of the copies.
okay, sorry, you have 2 copy. Okay, this is not very clear, honestly.
I don't think we should do it soon, though, if it were up to me. Recruiter of the Guard. Murktide was eliminated.
I have 1 copy.
And then that one.
And that one. Yeah, because you killed the other copy. Yeah, I tried to point it out because.
Do you mind using something a little more indicative?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just because it's not obvious that the other copies.
It's not obvious because you also have other tokens and stuff. Not trying to say you're doing things.
Okay, Orcish Bowmaster is found by the Recruiter. It will go to hand. Okay, Starting with the Surveil is Herman. Basic Island dumped.
Pitch down to 22.
Even though I was running main deck Blood Moon.
So I just try to get the basics.
No, I'm saying you wouldn't have known.
Oh, yeah,
Like, it's happening very good against me.
I also drew the prismatic misses, so I had no choice for
Okay, Herman finds a basic swamp. This game seems like it might take a while. Little by little, Arash seems to be gaining the advantage, it seems. Still has Yorion in hand.
It's like sacrifice a creature.
Also a vehicle.
Okay, well I don't have a vehicle.
Her hand
I'll
playing a very
sacrifice
good
this guy.
therapy.
So I'll start my engine.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't
to be
have that
honest,
token
that's-
yet.
Therapy's
So I'll
broken
represent it
most
with
decks.
this.
That's how decks design function. But yeah, you had multiple.
Sounds fine.
Sorry, chat, don't have it yet. Tomorrow, maybe.
Oh, it's an enchantment, but it only has a one-time effect, or you can like
No,
sacrifice it.
no, yeah, so whenever I deal combat, I think it's whenever I deal just damage to you.
What? No, it's just you just gain life.
Yeah, this will gain life.
Oh, but you can gain up to 4 life. I
Yeah,
understand.
the speed goes up.
Yeah.
Okay, Momentum Breaker was the card played. Players are discussing the start your engines thing. If Arash loses life on Herman's turn, Herman will gain speed. Baleful Strix attacks.
I'll say go.
So if Arash cracks this polluted delta on Herman's turn, Herman will gain speed. You can only gain speed once a turn. Herman's speed is currently 1.
Momentum breaker.
This town ain't big enough party easy.
Yeah, sounds fine. Wait,
Okay, this town ain't big enough. Targeting Thundertrap Trainer and Momentum Breaker. Arash will fetch a basic swamp in response.
5 mana blue spells and legacy.
5.
Exactly.
Solitude targeting this guy.
Okay, now a Solitude. Exiling Thundertrap Trainer. Should Herman have attacked here? Oh, did I get that wrong? Okay, so Baleful Strix was a target, I guess? No. Okay, so Momentum Breaker was replayed. Baleful Strix was sacrificed. That was a little hard to follow. The Solitude exiled the Otter, but Momentum Breaker came back down. I get it now. Here's Stock Up again. Audrey says, I've been playing Herman's list online. It's very cool, but no ponders makes it a little difficult sometimes. Interesting. I didn't catch that it had no ponders. But here's a Stock Up.
Yep.
4 cards? Yeah. 5. Okay. 4. Thought easy.
And I'll pass her up.
Thoughtseize, Bowmaster in response.
Prismatic.
Yorion, Solitude, Tundra. Yorion is selected. It's discard.
Here we go. This is a 1/1.
Yep.
So Herman's speed stays at 1. The Pokemon card is an Orc Army. Arash's hand is Tundra, Solitude, and an unknown card. Plus Teferi.
No.
5.
D4, 5.
And you gain 3. 18.
Yeah, I'll say go.
No. I can't tap that. Oh shit.
Got Storm Chaser's talent?
Okay, Storm Chaser's talent comes in. Make an Otter.
I'm gonna go ahead and level 2.
That gets a card back.
Gets a instant sorcery.
I will play a DRC.
I'll get back this town ain't big
I
enough.
will discharge first.
And then I'll pass.
Okay, and this town ain't big enough is returned to hand by Storm Chaser's Talents, Chapter 2. Get the text for that up on the screen. Legacy players don't know these cards.
This guy?
Yes.
I'll attack you for 5.
Okay, Flicker Wisp will get rid of the otter permanently. Another attack from Solitude, Orc Army, and Orcish Bowmaster. Teferi is up to 3 loyalty. All right, game 1 goes to Esper Vial. Arash takes game 1. Over time, just gaining little advantages. And eventually, Herman couldn't climb out of it. Good game 1. Herman will be on the plate for game 2.
And then I'll pass after that.
Yeah, I'll keep. I will play a island into a talent.
Okay, Island, Storm Chaser's Talent to start game 2. There's an otter.
I just made a mistake. That's fine.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Sorry.
That's fine. I just made a mistake. I had days in my hand. So.
Okay, Tamio on turn 1 for Arash. Polluted Delta getting correct here.
I was trying to stall when I fetch because I really want to get basics to dodge Harbinger, but sometimes I just can't.
Basic Swamp.
I guess can't do that. I'm also playing the Evil Empire, so can't really complain.
What was that?
I'm playing the Evil Empire, so I can't really complain.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I will say that this deck is partially designed to beat up on true X mid-range and double decks. Yeah, everything is a 2-for-1.
Okay, Fatal Push takes out Tamio. That resolves attacking with a 2/2 otter. It has prowess. It's 1/1. Blue-red otter.
Luckily, this camp.
The prowess mechanic. It really is a shame. They screwed that one up. It's too good.
Okay. Well, the deck. That's why the deck beats up on blue because
Yeah.
the top decks are so good.
I play Modern. I know that deck.
Okay, now Thunder Trap Trainer again. Herman's going to look at the top 4. It resolved.
Especially with Blast and Swords and all sorts of shit.
I am down to 2
I'll get
swords
a,
now, so Merc is like pretty scary game 1, which is why I needed the Omnix
And I'm going
system.
to attempt to cast this field.
Post board I have the powers. So
Phelia.
the Merc that way.
Yeah, I didn't want to play this. I just like I have like 20
Phelia
cards
will
in the mail right now.
stay.
Just like
What do you want to play?
And then before you untap.
play Reanimator while online.
Reanimator is scary.
Okay, so Phelia resolved. Before you untap, Herman has a play. Couple of newish cards. Seeing some play in this match. Looks like a removal spell is hitting the Phelia. Maybe a Fatal Push.
It's always fun to get some beaters in play.
Just dead. Just dead.
It's just crazy to me like how much power for you. I mean, Reanimator was black red forever, and now it's like
People have stopped asking for Entomb to be banned, so it's your time to come back.
I don't think it's too banned, but I think like
And you may
I don't know, it's just like very strong. No, it's the same issue in Modern. It's like when you're playing Frog against that, it's just like you have. I mean, at least in Frog, like in Modern, like you have like your own Bone Master, or your own Frogs, like you don't have two Frogs like Force and stuff. Like this is just not good.
Right.
I just need to have like anemic draws.
Energy isn't good enough in Modern anymore, so I want to play it in Legacy.
And then I'm going to play a bit.
You probably just get dumpstered by fair decks. Unfair decks.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's why.
Raj tapping 2 lands here. I think I heard Belfast Strix announced. Shuffling this Urion deck has looked a little bit tedious. All right, there is Belfast Strix finally.
Draw.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel like decks like that, like in long term, it's just tough because like on like a blue deck, variants will rear its head.
Yeah.
And it'll just like given the nature of like what you need to do, like how you perform to like win Magic tournaments, it just
I like.
Wasteland could potentially hit Tundra. 3 mana. Stock up. Okay. Herman with lots of new cards.
Top decks.
but that's the problem.
Well, but the hope is that any game that goes long enough, you will like just win because like you're guaranteed to draw something.
Right, but like when you're in those like
But the unfair decks, you will like lose to just getting like you just like take 2 molds and you can't find a way to beat an unfair deck.
like that's the problem with like reanimators. Like so like let's say you live me right or whatever. It's
Baleful Strix will be a fine blocker for either of these otters. Herman seems to be accepting that. Going to trade with an otter. Thundertrap Trainer gets in for a damage. Waste a Tundra. I think we saw that coming. Pretty good turn there for Herman. Has a... This town ain't big enough face up on the table. Okay, Arash potentially found blue mana again with a Flood Strand.
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes you don't have
You
to.
know.
You don't need to know. You're just gonna.
1 card you know, 2 you don't. 3 cards in hand for Herman. Skyclave Apparition. Gonna exile the Storm Chaser's talent.
Then I'll say
not necessarily within your opponent's hand, but like okay, if my opponent does not have that card,
and I'm playing anyways. Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what do I...
Goes for a Tundra, which could be wasted if Herman has another waste. But needed double white. Couldn't go for the basic island there and still resolve the Skyclave.
One of them replace itself yet.
Yeah.
If and when the Skyclave goes away, Herman would get a 1/1 illusion.
Someone sold all their RL, but it's gone now, so... yeah, I mean... I'm gonna get some water, that's...
I do always fun. I do find playing against like mono red welder or paint or whatever fun though, because like it is like compared to what it used to be, it plays on so many different ecstasies at once. So it's like
Okay, attacking with the Thundertrap Trainer. I can see a Bowmaster in Herman's hand. Overlord of the Belmerk on the stack.
Resolve with the trigger on the stack.
Sure. This deck is a little linear. You can just stop me from playing creatures, you'll lose. But then it's a different axis of how do I stop them from like destroying my hand.
Okay, so the ETB ability of Overlord of the Belmerk is countered by Consigned to Memory. It still has 5 impending counters on it. Okay, a Bowmaster getting flashed in as Skyclave attacks. It'll ping. Herman's going to get a 1/1 illusion.
This one actually has a real token.
Orc Army then traded with Skyclave.
I also don't think Delver is that good, honestly.
That's very confusing otherwise.
All right, illusion token. Things are going well.
I'll take a...
It's okay. It's just it's nowhere as good as well as the EI or anything.
I'm gonna brainstorm.
Okay, brainstorm for Herman. Voodoo says, chat, how do we feel about Demonic Council? Let's get the text for that up. Search for a demon, 4 or more types. Search for any card. 2 mana.
Okay, I'll take 3.
Go ahead.
I'm skeptical for Legacy.
Revealed.
Yep.
Okay, we're island cycling Lorien revealed here.
Thank you.
If Arash can blink this Overlord of the Belmerk, could swing this game in the other direction. Card is so good. Okay, Ither Vial, a little bit late.
Here we are. I'll say go. This will go to 3.
Yep.
Okay, Overlord drops down to 3 impending counters.
I'll Bowmaster's your Bowmaster.
Okay, Arash casting a Bowmaster during combat right now.
I'll try to discount it big enough to target my Bowmaster and your Ether Vial.
Swords your guy.
Alright, so I go up to 19. Bounce your Ether Vial. And then you have a 1/1. Oh, yeah.
I don't have an 1/1, yeah.
With yours to take 2.
I'll take 2. I'll go to 7.
You have no card. You have one card.
I guess you know what it is.
Yeah.
Untap.
Okay, so with this towning big enough, bounced either Vial and tried to bounce Bowmaster on Herman's side, but it was Swords in response. Bowmaster on Arash's side did not get to amass. Its ability was countered. Here's Kaito getting ninjutsu'd in.
I'm so sorry. Good. Okay, and then he takes
Herman keeping an eye on the mana. Kaito will get through for some damage.
0.
And then we're going to 0 Kaito here. Surveil 2 and then draw a card.
This will not take us.
2 counters left on Overlord of the Belmark. Hasn't been able to blink it yet. But again, blinking it could allow Arash to take over this game with card advantage and power and everything. Orcish Bowmaster, ping the Thundertrap Trainer, block it with the Orc Army. Kaito takes 1.
Casting Soul now? No.
How many cards in it? 4?
Attacking with Kaito. Herman accepts the damage, 3 damage. Kaito at 3 loyalty.
Also reveal 2. Then draw a card.
Keep both?
Okay, both cards were left on top. Drew a card off Kaito's 0 ability. 5 mana? Thinking about it. Yeah, Kaito's running away from this game with this game too.
No, I'll play Overlord.
Okay, impending another Overlord of the Belmark. Trigger. Null to Winch-Enchanter and a Solitude. Solitude gets grabbed.
Done.
5. And then I will grab Urian.
Sure.
Urion comes to hand now, so next turn could be really powerful for Arash if this Urion resolves. Arash appears to be taking over this game. This is kind of what the Esper Vial deck does. Just slowly takes over.
Attack both at Kaito.
Okay, both creatures are attacking Kaito. A 1/1 Otter and a 1/1 Illusion. Kaito's at 3 loyalty.
Does it go down to 1, or are you going to cast Prowess?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like Arash has declared no blocks. Herman thinking about triggering Prowess. This town ain't big enough. Bounce Stormchaser's talent. Bounce the Overlord of the Belmark with 1 counter on it.
Sure, with Prowess on the stack, I'll Solitude, ditching a Recruiter. Targeting this guy.
I will daze pick up my items.
I'll pay 1 mana.
So then that will, so I'll gain 2.
Yeah.
The second
Well,
turn.
that's right. Before the first.
Well, there was a second.
Oh, I understand. So go to 50.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
This goes into my hand.
Yep. And then Kaito just goes back into my hand.
Yep.
And then Kaito will take 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things happening during combat there. Stormchaser's talent gets replayed. Herman makes another Otter. Overlord of Belmark. Number 1 was bounced. There's still 1 on the board with 4 counters on it. And Arash has Urion.
That's interesting. You have 1 mana?
I have 1 mana, sure.
I'll attack with Prowess.
No blocks. Take 3.
Yeah.
Kaito attacks. No blocks, says Herman. Zeroing Kaito now.
I'll play Urian. Targeting these 3.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, after the Urion, Herman concedes. That's just way too much to overcome. These Esper Vial decks pretty good against these low to the ground tempo decks. And Arash gets the victory as Herman attacks the camera at the end. GG's. GG's. Well played. Cool to see Esper Vial on stream. I'm a big fan of that deck. I'm a fan. Okay. Moving along. Twitch chat will vote. Which match next? Miracles versus Maverick. Miracles versus Storm. Esper versus Eldrazi. Maverick versus Eldrazi. Or Echo of Eons versus Mono Black. 1 minute. Get your vote in. Vote now in the chat. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Go follow us on Patreon. It is free. Make sure you are following us on Patreon. That's all I'll say. Make sure you are following us on Patreon. Very important. Very important. Just do it. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Don't think. Just do. About 30 seconds left on this poll. People are voting. What do the people of the chat want? We're about to find out. Close to out of time. Miracles versus Maverick up next. Birdo contributed 4,200 channel points. Thank you, Birdo. Let's do it.
Yo, can we reset the clock, guys?
Still needs every waking second.
Well, are players even in their games fully yet?
All right, Maverick on the left. That would be me. On the right, Force of Phil with Miracles.
You won the roll, right?
I rolled.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
You rolled a 7. If I rolled that, then you win.
Okay. I don't remember what just happened.
I know you rolled a 7.
Okay.
I rolled and then was talking about wanting to reset the clock, and then.
All right, I'm on the board. Cool.
You as well.
All right, I will be on the play, it sounds like. We're drawing up hands.
I will keep.
Me too.
All right, I have kept. Once upon a time, great way to start a match. Let's see what we're looking for. Windswept Heath is found. Looks like it's getting cracked immediately. Nope, it's just in hand. All right, Noble Hierarch, first turn play. Mr. Bip's wondering what the odds are here. All right, Noble Hierarch gets swords. No ramp, says Force of Phil.
How about this? We just start, draw one card.
Windswept Heath gets cracked here.
Down to 0, can we start from 7?
Yeah, right.
All right, Twitch chat liking my odds.
Liberator?
Yep.
Here we go.
Hey, that is Outland Liberator. Turn 2 play.
I literally would have just said pass turn. Like I would just ask.
Force of Phil has cycled, Lorien revealed.
Strong.
So remind me, it transforms if no spells are cast.
On your turn. If a player on their own turn casts no spells.
What does day night do? Says Force of Phil.
Oh shit. Play this.
Yep.
Cast this.
Yep. That counts.
All right, a ponder for Phil now. Outland Liberator on the other side of the table. It could potentially be relevant against cards like Counterbalance, which we know Force of Phil plays. Don't think there'll be any artifacts in Phil's deck. But yeah, Counterbalance is a concern. Talon Gates of Madara, don't phase out anything. Here's Watchful Radstag.
Evolves, so whenever I play a creature power, higher toughness, higher power or toughness, gets a force of counter, then it copies itself.
I'll fight for it. I will get rid of.
Watchful Radstag getting respected by Force of Phil here. Force pitching Brainstorm, it is countered.
Yeah, like it's it seems like that would
Okay, go ahead. I'll pass it. Yep.
All right, it has become night. Frenzy Trap Breaker is on my side now. Nothing to hit with it yet. But Force of Phil will need to deal with it if he wants to have a counterbalance on the table. Attack it for 3. Ramanop Excavator.
Pass 2.
Just a one swift deep right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Play the one swift deep. Go ahead.
Predict clear myself. Yep. Shark Typhoon. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, Shark Typhoon is dumped into the graveyard by Phil with that predict. Shark Typhoon, one of the cool cards from Ikoria that I like.
Mystery Ball. One in hand. Go ahead. Play Mystery Ball.
Okay. Mishra's Baubles, okay.
Pretty good, right?
yes.
Alright.
Cracking a Windswept Teeth on end step, gonna find a Lush Portico, gonna surveil.
Boxy's target here. What do we get?
Seems like whatever's on top of the deck I'm unsure about.
Keeping it?
I'll leave it on top.
I'll bubble it.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. 2 bubble triggers?
Yep.
Just
So you
transfer.
cast 2 spells, right?
Yeah. Just check.
Okay, flips back to Outland Liberator. It is now day. I drew, I believe, an Elvish Reclaimer off the top. Yeah, it is day now. It is day.
Yep. Go to 9.
Okay, replayed the Windswept Heath in the graveyard. Phil has found a volcanic island.
I'm going to attempt to trip up the Ramanap.
I don't know that one.
So that's a new one.
It's from set up their okay. So this goes on top.
Trip up. Target non-land permanents. Owner puts it on the top or bottom of the library. It has cycling. Card from Aether Drift. It's going to the bottom. I decided I don't need that Ramanop Excavator anymore. 2 damage comes in. Play the Reclaimer. Pass the turn. Swords to Plowshares on Reclaimer. It's gone. Mystic Sanctuary comes in. Phil puts swords on top. Brainstorm.
Yep. That's fine.
Mystic Sanctuary, a key card in these Miracles decks that Phil plays. It's probably one of the most important cards in the deck. Swords on Outland Liberator. It's gone. Nothing to sack and hit here.
Step. Cast once upon a time.
Yep.
Once Upon a Time on end step. Knight of the Reliquary is found. That's a good one.
I did it.
Oh, you did with that.
All right, fetching a Dryad Arbor on end step as well.
My turn. Yep.
Tap for 1. Cast the knife.
Yep.
Okay, Knight of the Reliquary resolves. We know Phil has swords floating around. As this game progresses and Phil just keeps doing Mystic Sanctuary stuff, I'm just going to keep having to have my creatures removed.
Predict target myself.
It's getting harder and harder to have creatures on the board at this point. Argivian Find gets milled into the graveyard by Predict.
Go for artifacts and enchantments. Okay. So return target artifact or enchantment to my hand.
Dextro, thank you for the resub. 24 months. That's a 2-year badge. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, Noble Hierarch, attack for 2 with the Dryad Arbor. Now Thalia.
I'll cast
Deduce in response. Draw a card, make a clue.
Cards.
Just 1.
Phil holding, it looks like Force, Brainstorm, Counterbalance. Pitches Counterbalance to Force. Thalia is countered. Phil just holding a Brainstorm and now a Clue in play. Sack the Clue, draw a card. Brainstorm. Phil's life total at 7 now. Found a Mystic Sanctuary. It looks like holding a Prismatic Ending as well.
I'll hit the hierarch.
Prismatic Ending on the Noble Hierarch. So much removal.
Attack for 1. Just draw 20. 1 card in here.
1 card left. Yep. Okay.
Okay, Renegade Rallier comes in, returns Thalia, Guardian of Thraben to play.
I'll go to 5.
Just hoping to have more threats than Phil can deal with. No signs of Terminus yet. Mystic Sanctuary happening here. Gonna put Argivian Find back on top.
1 white mana, regrowth artifact enchantment? Yes. Okay. I'm going to target.
And it puts in your hand?
The regrow puts in my hand, yeah.
You as well.
Mr. Arch wondering if people are rooting for me or rooting for Force of Phil. We don't know. Force of Phil's in the chat saying he's rooting for me. What's up, Force of Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, Lorien Revealed is selected to put back on top. Now Argivian Find. Returning Shark Typhoon to hand.
Oh, Karn. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yep. Just Karn.
I tried to play this game in a way where I can get Phil's life total low enough where creatures like Renegade Rallier and Dryad Arbor can swing for the kill. I knew Phil was just going to have non-stop removal as the game progresses. Now Shark Typhoon is in hand. Of course, I can make a shark and block, so it's tricky.
And it would make a 3/3.
This would make a 3/3, yeah.
That's a move.
Yep. I'll do it. Block. Draw the Lorien.
Okay, trade with the Renegade Rallier with the shark. Draw Lorien Revealed. This Lorien Revealed is going to... Terminus off the top.
Yep, that is pretty good.
Well, a miracle happens. Wipes my board. Now Lorien Revealed. Phil draws 3, Counterbalance, and Prismatic Ending in hand. Argivian Find, put back on top by Mystic Sanctuary. Gonna fetch Dryad Arbor once again. It's kind of the neat thing with Dryad Arbor. You can just fetch it.
Yep. Turn 4. Yep.
That is Voice of Resurgence.
Anytime I cast something on not my turn, right? Or when it dies.
But Twitch chat's saying this might be over.
I'll put this one.
Nothing happens. So why you they like keep it.
Counterbalance off the top. Argivian Find is in hand, so Phil can put our Artifact or Enchantment on top of the deck at instant speed. It is day now.
Is that an instant?
It is. You're seeing the engine.
Well.
I'll attack. Cast a second shark token. Yep. Make 1/1. I'll since you have yes, I'll cast the Argivian and find target shark token.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll cycle the shark token. Make them a 1/1.
Do you draw the card?
So the stack will go so that the shark will show before I draw a card.
Okay, so before you draw a card, we're going to Swords of Shark.
I'll counterbalance trigger. Okay. I've gained 1 life. I'll lose 1 life.
Okay, so I remove the shark with the swords. Shark Typhoon goes back to the graveyard. Phil with just a counterbalance and a basic island that I know of right now.
Ouch.
Can this Dryad Arbor swing 4 more times successfully? This is going to be tight.
Sure.
Green Sun Zenith X is 3.
Just supposed to put your graveyard on the bottom. Sure.
Okay, gonna try an Endurance. Put Phil's entire graveyard on the bottom. All the artifacts, all the enchantments. I don't know what Phil has in his deck besides stuff like Argivian Find to play with the graveyard, but we're going to just put the whole thing on the bottom. I was happy with that decision. Presenting lethal on the following turn. Phil has found Prismatic Ending. Endurance is gone. This is going to be so close.
Be on the play.
Attack. Ouch.
Phil drops to 2. Wasteland on Prismatic on Volcanic Island, excuse me. Drummer, thank you for the resub with Prime 28 months.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Lorien revealed pretty good here. Draw 3 cards. Can Phil stop this Dryad Arbor? Now a brainstorm, still looking.
Yeah, so I want to.
Phil with a handful of cards. I'm hellbent with a Dryad Arbor, and Phil's at 2 life. Gonna be hard for Phil to fetch.
Go ahead.
All right, passing the turn. Attacking with my Day Night Token. Attacking with the Dryad Arbor. Phil drops the 1. A Wasteland fired off on Tundra. Don't want to allow Entreat the Angels. End step Predict. Phil draws. 1 life. Can't fetch.
Just a court.
I mean, you throw them. That's a successful. I would say they're like somewhere.
Cast Lorien. Yep.
Another Lorien revealed.
Pass you.
Are you feeling stressed, chat? Attacking for lethal.
For 1.
Damn it! Stupid Shark Typhoon. We need to ban Shark Typhoon. Mishra's Bauble, take a look at the top of the deck. Phil with a full grip. Conjurer's Bauble.
So I can put in Volcanic Island back on bottom. Okay. Cast spot.
Yep.
I use 1. Top the
Land return. Pass, I have a bauble trigger.
Once upon a time.
Counter launch trigger, protect target myself. Yep. Flush turn. Once upon a time.
Okay, once upon a time will resolve. Once upon a time resolves. I need lava dart. Endurance is found. Gonna cast it here. While I know that the top of the deck is not changeable, but Phil had a hard cast force.
Yep.
Should I have waited to cast Endurance on end step? I'm not sure. Probably not.
Go.
Actually, I don't know. Whatever.
Go ahead. Mother. Yes.
Okay, Mother Runes resolves. Phil's at 1 life. Still, predict. Mill Flooded Strand. Terminus revealed. Terminus puts Mother Runes on the bottom.
Cast my reveal. Yep.
Another Lorien revealed. Phil obviously way ahead on cards here. Mishra's Bauble, Mishra's Bauble.
I'm gonna say you got
I'm going to concede. Phil's at 1 life. I could not come across the finish line. I know Phil has 19 cards in hand. GG's. Well, GG. That was game 1. Phil up a game.
That's what happens.
I was able to tell just by Phil's body language there. I'm just not going to resolve anything else relevant for the rest of the game. Phil mulligans to 6. Once upon a time to start game 2. Finding Sylvan Safekeeper, which would have helped quite a bit in game 1.
Forest and player.
Your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Turn 1, Sylvan Safekeeper.
I think it's especially good online.
So Sylvan Safekeeper presents some interesting situations where Phil can offer me a removal spell, and it basically becomes, do you want to get Stone Rained or you want to lose your creature? And as the game progresses, that could get interesting. Ponder on turn 1 for Phil.
I'll go like this. I'll pass you.
Sylvan Safekeeper attacking here safely. Now Elvish Reclaimer.
Cards. 4.
Okay, Force of Will, pitching Lorien revealed. Elvish Reclaimer is countered.
Were you playing this deck before Bauble got banned?
No, I was playing Cloudpost. That's why it's reached one.
Okay, Phil plays a Tundra. I'm going to fetch here, most likely going to Surveil. There's Lush Portico.
Ridiculous. Whatever I want.
Draw. Attack. Approach.
Okay, I think that's in the background, someone's phone going off. That's not in my room here. For a second, I was like, wait. Renegade Rallier.
Yep.
Turn Elvish Reclaimer to play.
Predict target myself. Yep. Brainstorm.
Phil casting a Brainstorm here. I'm aware with 3 creatures on the board, one of Phil's most powerful plays could potentially be Terminus, especially since Sylvan Safekeeper is holding back spells like Swords to Plowshares right now and Prismatic Ending. Can Phil set that up? You may be finding out soon.
Good. Yeah. Target you. Okay. I'll pass. Bubble trigger? Yep.
Okay, had the Terminus on top ready to go. Casting it now.
Thought you said Terminus was no good anymore, Phil.
What's up?
Thought you said Terminus was no good anymore.
I don't think it is. I mean,
Well, it's good right now.
Maverick guy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, clearly one of Phil's most powerful spells in the deck against me is Terminus. You know, I'm a deck trying to put a bunch of creatures on the board and protect them and swing for lethal. And Phil's just going to wipe all of them away. And with Mystic Sanctuary, of course, Phil could put Terminus back on top at some point. So that's something I'm going to have to consider going forward. Bajuka Bog, though. Exile your graveyard. Not too bad. Collect a roof. Shut off your Mishra's Baubles for a little while. Making plays.
Predict target myself? Yeah. Trip up. Go to. Okay.
Okay, predict dumps trip up into the graveyard. Now Mystic Sanctuary. Gonna put predict back on top. Prismatic Ending on the oof. Alright, oof gone. Oof obviously not super relevant against Phil's deck, but a little bit disruptive. And it's a creature with 2 power. Green Sun Zenith X is 3.
This time.
Getting that Terminus exiled from the graveyard was pretty big for me. Here's a Knight of the Reliquary. Phil just used a Prismatic Ending, so I'm hoping Knight can untap without summoning Sickness and start doing something. There are 3 lands in my graveyard right now, so it's a 5/5. Prismatic Ending. Alright, it's gone. Wiped away my Sylvan Safekeeper, hurt a little bit. Looks like I have a Swords in my hand. I did leave in some number of Swords just for, like, the odd Triumph of St. Catherine. I know Phil has been running a one of the Gear Hulks from Aether Drift. Potentially could remove a Shark at an opportune time. Phil fetches a Tundra with Lorien Revealed and plays it.
And I'll pass it.
Am I running Talon Gates? I am. I do have Talon Gates and Madara in this list. I think we saw it in Game 1. But the Knight never got a chance to untap without summoning Sickness. Once upon a time, what are we looking for? Harry confirms we did. Another Knight of the Reliquary, okay.
Phase out nothing, I don't cast the Knight.
There's Talon Gates. I guess it was in my hand. Phase out nothing, play the Knight. End step, cycling Shark Typhoon, making a shark with a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Yeah, Mr. Arch asking if I could have reclaimed a land away to protect one of my creatures against Terminus. I don't remember right now, but it's possible Talon Gates was in my hand. I just saw it get played from hand, but going back to that moment, it's possible that was something I was thinking of, but decided not to. Yeah, I don't remember what was in my hand. Swords went back on top of the library. Sylvan Safekeeper, okay. Found that friend again. That could be a pain in the butt for Phil.
Float 2 blue and 4 back up. Yeah.
Alright, it gets countered by Thwart. Never mind.
Cast predict.
So Phil has now returned Mystic Sanctuaries to hand, predicted that Swords into the graveyard. Now it'll go back on top again. Oh no, predict is going back on top again. But Phil has other Mystic Sanctuaries for later. Conjurer's Bauble once again.
Yep. Protect for 2. Still beat.
It's a 2/2 shark, I believe. Dryad Arbor gets played. Dryad Arbor played a huge role in game 1.
Bubbling this up.
Yep. Looked like a Swords to Plowshares on top of Phil's deck. Not bad.
I'm going to put the board on top.
Yep. Predict is in hand.
Okay, Mystic Sanctuary puts Thwart back on top. Double checking. I think Phil has Predict in hand. Yeah.
So cards in hand now, 5.
Yeah, you know about these two. Yep. Sorry, ouch. I'll podcast it first.
Okay, Mother Runes gets countered by a Force of Will hard cast. Phil's still preventing me from making big plays in this game. Phil's life total is still high as well. I have not been able to get the offense up and running yet.
Good.
Two Shark still swinging away. 1/1 Dryad Arbor swinging away. Shark obviously wins this race. We know Phil has removal available. Green Sun Zenith. X is 3.
Predict target himself. Yep. Pledge.
Thwart counters it.
Target you.
All right, look like Dahlia Guardian of Thraben on top.
Each of 2. Pass. I'm skipping. You got the game, Joe.
All right, that is the scoop. That is the match. Phil gets it. There's just no way I'm going to overcome Phil's card advantage and removal and the whole thing. GG's. Phil gets it. Miracles. Miracles. You know what? Phil got lucky. He had it all. I would have won. Yeah. All right. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? Your options will be Force of Phil confirming that he got lucky, he had it all, Chris would have won. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If I only had one more turn and I drew the card I needed, yeah, I would have won. Phil got lucky. Esper Tempo versus Dark Depths. Maverick versus Dark Depths. Miracles versus Storm. Esper Vial versus Dimir Tempo. Or Esper versus Eldrazi. And I made a few typos here. 1 minute. Vote now in the chat. Mosh, thank you for the sub with Prime. Appreciate that. We're 11 away from our sub goal right now. If we hit our sub goal, maybe we'll get in another stream this week. How does that sound? Sounds good, I think. All right, votes are coming in. I'm going to vote on this one. What do I want? I want, I don't know. All right, I voted. Wow, a lot of votes on this one so far. Like Confidant calling one of the options cringe. Lots of votes here. Drummer contributed 7,200 channel points. Esper versus Eldrazi will be next. Let's do it. Diving in. Audrey just gifted 10 subs. Thank you, Audrey. Appreciate that. Audrey, number 2 on our all-time gifter leaderboard, 261. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Audrey. Hype Train just started. Maybe eventually Twitch will fix the volume on that stuff. Hype Train level 4 achieved. I've been alerted. 250 sub points just completed. Light Confidant just gifted 10 subs. Thank you, Light Confidant. Light Confidant now with 226 gifted subs on the channel. Number 4 on our all-time leaderboard. Thank you, Light Confidant. Teamwork. Thank you, thank you.
Magic cards.
All right, joining us on the left is Audrey with Esper, a deck we saw earlier on stream. And on the right, we have making their 90s MTG debut is Zach with Eldrazi. We've talked a bit over the last year or so about, you know, I go to these weekly events, and I'm at many of them, actually. You know, my attendance is probably higher than most because we're doing the channel, right? And always seeing new faces, people coming back to Legacy, people playing Legacy for the first time. Zach, one of the newer people to our community, and now making their debut to play in front of you fine people. Audrey on the play, Basic Island, Ponder. Great way to start a Legacy game. Light Confidant just gifted 20 subs just now. Thank you, Light Confidant. Really appreciate it. Moves to number 3 on our all-time leaderboard with 246. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Light Confidant. A pillar of our community for sure. Ancient Tomb Pass. Aggro.
It might sneak and show you or something, you know?
Oh, yeah, I'm just
You know, it could be sneak and show.
It could. Is
It
it?
could be. It's not.
Is it though? Oh.
Okay, Eldrazi Temple, Petal, Micah Spawn.
What's the target?
Well, you got a flooded strand, so I'll exile your island.
Okay, so targeting the island, dazing the Micah Spawn, protecting the island is Audrey. That well played. The Micah Spawn is countered, but Zach will still get to search.
My stuff here.
Thank you for the gift subs, Audrey and Light Confidant. We're deep into a hype train right now.
Whatever I think it is, it's not that.
It's not that.
Okay, so I won't get that.
I can promise it.
I'll get the Eye of Ugin and
Okay, Eye of Ugin is found by the Micah Spawn put into play.
Double Stonebright me turn 2, and I'm the meme person. I pondered once, bro. What's the problem?
I know, I feel real bad when I...
Sounds like the players are joking around and having fun. Is this a tournament or what?
Cards in hand?
I've got 4 and I'm gonna pass it to you, man.
I'm gonna fetch for Scrubble, and I will play Phelia.
Okay, so Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd getting cast here. There was a mana floating from the basic island that was sent back to hand by Daze.
It's not devastating. Definitely annoying.
Yeah, I've been seeing some, like, I've been playing a little bit more on Modo. There's been a little more uptick in the puppy dog.
Turn?
Yeah.
There's been an uptick in the puppy dog. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the Momentum Breaker.
Momentum Breaker. We saw this card on stream earlier. Momentum Breaker. I don't know if Legacy players even heard of it yet.
And you discard.
I was wondering if people are going to play that. I like the modality of it.
I get 1 speed.
You've reached 1 speed. I'll discard a waste.
Okay, discarding a waste. Phelia attacks. Gonna blink Momentum Breaker. I think people are getting the idea of the power of this card here. Audrey gains a speed at 2 speed now. Momentum Breaker comes back.
Let me think for just a second.
Zach's gonna have to discard a card. Light Confidant, gift leader number 3 says, wait, is there a retro border waste now? Yeah, you're supposed to have all of these memorized, Light Confidant. Okay, an Eldrazi Temple was discarded. Phelia, blinking Momentum Breaker seems pretty gross. Phelia now with 3 power.
1, 2. I'm going to K command X2, targeting myself for Scry and targeting Phelia with the exile.
Okay, Kozilek's command will remove Phelia. Zach's gonna scry and draw a card.
I'll scry that way.
Like Confidence says, I gift subs, I do nothing else. Fair enough. I'm obviously kidding anyway.
Forest.
Okay, top right over here, that's a basic forest played. Is that from Phyrexia OLB1? Is that what that forest is from? Does anybody know what the Phyrexia OLB1 set is? And we're talking to legacy people here. I have no idea what's going on. When are they going to focus on the lore we always wanted? Meanwhile, they're doing like Brothers War, Phyrexia, Dominaria United, all within the last couple of years. What happened to the lore? Koga, thank you for the resub, 22 months. Appreciate that.
Go ahead.
Okay, tap, keep a drop.
High train complete at level 8. Thank you for all the subs, everybody. Really appreciate it. Looks like I unlocked something. Okay. All right, a daze on the giant creature is for some reason always funny to me. But Bowmaster gets flashed in here. Devourer of Destiny is countered.
Oh yeah, I got some of those. This guy's saw tricks. Yeah, his stuff is cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
Momentum Breaker was hit though and exiled. Here's a Ponder. Audrey successfully fighting off the Eldrazi stuff so far in this game. Eldrazi's a little bit away from... Zach's a little bit away from activating Eye of Ugin. Audrey's speed is about to increase, it looks like. Up to 3.
Speed is 3 now. 4 is the max. Go ahead.
4 is the max speed. Legacy players, of course, no idea what the start your engines and speed mechanic does. They have no clue what's happening. Of course. Light Confidant, a Hype Train Conductor now. Once upon a time, 1 mana floating. Yeah, Harry has no idea what's happening. Max speed, is that from the Jurassic Park set? No idea what's going on. Here's Glaring Flashraker. could be cast here, I think, for free. Is mana floating?
Cards in hand.
Well, not for free, but without tapping any further lands. I've been watching some Aether Drift draft and sealed videos on YouTube. There was just an arena open, and the limited looks really cool. Light Confidant just gifted a sub to Harry Houdini. 247 now on the channel for Light Confidant. Thank you, Light Confidant. Really, really appreciate it.
No, c'hai ragione, scusa. Ma io sono da culo, mettiamo il quando
No.
No, non l'ho manco notata, però quando mi ha fatto Forza Will ho detto, cioè per farmi Forza Will.
Okay, playing a Wastegate Battle Mage, not kicked.
I'll cast K-Command X2, Scrying 2, and targeting Bowmasters.
No.
Now a Kozilek command going after the Bowmaster, triggering the Glaring Fleshraker. Zach might be taking this game over, little by little.
Scrying is silent.
One of the things I like about Eldrazi, you know, I've talked a little bit about on stream before how I've been an Eldrazi player in other formats of the past. Played Eldrazi in Standard during when Battle for Zendikar was legal. Played Eldrazi-tron quite a bit in Modern. But the thing I like about Eldrazi just as a creature type and the cards, as far as gameplay, is just they're so weird. I just like Eldrazi. They're just such a cool creature. Say what you want about the power creep or whatever. Like I know people have their complaints about Eldrazi, but I just like Eldrazi. They're cool. To me.
What about?
Everybody relax. Everybody relax. Stop liking it.
Disinformation campaign. Trigger all response.
Disinformation campaign.
Respond to the trigger fetch.
Okay, disinformation campaign resolves. Interesting card. Disinformation campaign with Phelia sounds exciting.
Surveil first. Okay.
Twitch chat can't believe what's going on here. Audrey's still at 3 speed.
This goes back. Okay. And
now after a Surveil disinformation campaign returns to hand. The 1 ring is discarded. Pretty good. Get that out of hand. I think the basic forest up top is saying tapped accidentally. Audrey fixes it. Like Confidant, Hype Train Conductor says Audrey is always up to something. That's true. Aviator says Twitch chat doesn't understand, but will the YouTube comments understand? You know what? These crazy people in the YouTube comments, I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know even what game they're watching sometimes.
Devour of Destiny, cast trigger, target.
We actually have a lot of really cool YouTube commenters. I'm just playing around. Devourer of Destiny, exiles, and then hits the board. Big attack. Audrey's in trouble here.
Baleful Strix. Trigger.
Baleful Strix not the worst here. Ponder for Audrey now. Audrey's saying, imagine not watching the stream live. Yeah, I don't know. These people don't watch it live. Aviator forgets he watched a live stream and watches it again on YouTube, it sounds like. Very interesting.
Lo conoscevo, insomma, mi fai dei sulla nel dead, no?
if you're watching this later on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, we're watching somewhere else, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Super important. Make sure, please, you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. We've had some things going on behind the scenes. Need you subscribe. Please, people. It's free. I'm over here begging for subscribers. All right, Wasteland on Ayavugan. Swords on Glaring Fleshraker. Okay, things. This match so far has been swinging back and forth quite a bit. Belfast is going to play great defense right now. Ayavugan getting blown up was huge. Glaring Fleshraker getting exiled is huge. One card in Zach's hand. Looks like Audrey's holding two. Disinformation campaign still in the mix.
2 cards in hand.
Oh, God.
Chalice on 1.
Chalice on 1. Okay. It's pretty disruptive. Wastegate Battle Mage attacking. No blocks. Gonna hold back Belfast Strix in case the Devourer tries to enter the red zone. Disinformation campaign. Nothing in Zach's hand this time. So Audrey will just draw a card.
Prismatic ending for 2 colors.
Prismatic ending on the Wastegate Battle Mage. Not bad, not bad. Heart Train Conductor Light Confidence says these digital tickers are gas. People are liking the life counter so far. Yep.
Blast Zone? Sure.
Okay, Blast Zone comes in. 1 counter on it. Blast Zone could be interesting here. With enough time, Zach could add a counter, blow it up to kill Belfast, and then swing with Devourer of Destiny.
Perché capito, triggera 2 volte. Perché entra poi giochi da est, capito?
Pass.
Tap. Nah, I meant to charge the Blast Zone at the end of your turn, but whatever.
Ooh, all right. Zach holding himself to a misplay here. Meant to charge up the Blast Zone and end step. Missed an opportunity. Ooh, Wasteland. Ouch. Getting burned big time.
Terrible misplay.
All right, Zach a little frustrated. Missed that play with Blast Zone and paid for it. Wasteland was a good draw. I believe the Wasteland came off the top. Audrey just caught a little bit of a break. Pedal.
Track it or no. It's just colors. Anything. 1 ring.
The 1 ring, not too bad. The 1 ring, not too bad. D's gonna force a tapping of Ancient Tomb, potentially.
Yeah, I'll pay.
And then a hard cast Force. I like this play here, forcing Zach to pay 2 life and then force a willing the 1 ring anyway. 1 ring is countered. Surveil, that'll return Disinformation Campaign with Undercity Sewer. Gonna replay it. No cards in Zach's hand.
So I got nothing.
I feel like mine are harder, right?
Yeah, the days also serve the purpose of bouncing the Surveil land. Subtle part of that exchange. That was very important. Thought Knots here. Okay. Dropping down to 5 is Zach now. Force pitching Murktide. Not is countered. Devourer is still held back by this Baleful Strix. This Baleful Strix is playing excellent defense right now. If not for this Baleful Strix, Audrey would have lost the game a while ago. Zach just needs a way to get through this Baleful Strix. Plays the Eye of Ugin, which is not bad. The Ancient Tombs are a little sketchy now, though. Chalice is on 1, which could be quite relevant in this game. Audrey has a Surveil land. I don't know if there are more fetch land. I don't know if there's more Surveil lands in the deck. Deep into game 1. This has been a battle. Micah Spawn. Seems like we're not kicking it. Just looking for a land.
How many wastelands have you played? Just the 2?
Alright, so there are 2 wastelands used by Audrey here.
Just want to make sure that you this is probably my part of the
Sure. Naming wizard there.
Cavern of Souls. Yeah, we'll be naming what Eldrazi. Audrey tried to talk him into naming wizard. Force of Will hard cast on the Sowing Microspawn. It's countered.
So I'll pass it to you.
Have 3 lands.
It's a good shuffle then.
Not that many lands left.
Okay, no sign of Surveil lands. Audrey with just a disinformation campaign and a crucial Baleful Strix right now, holding back a Devourer of Destiny. Zach at 5 life, so tapping the Ancient Tombs have to be done very carefully at this point. This is still game 1. High Train Conductor Light Confidant can't believe it. If you rewind all the way back to the beginning of this game, there were some critical plays early on, and there was a big misplay with a blast zone at one point that have been key moments in this game. There was a daze protecting a turn. Was it turn 1 or turn 2 Microspawn? Kozilek's Command. Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, X4. I will scry and exile.
Kozilek's Command has removed the Baleful Strix. Does this set up a win by attacking with Devourer of Destiny?
Scry all those to the top. Swing with Devourer. Phelia.
Phelia gets flashed in, chump blocks.
Play out the temple and pass to you.
Prismatic ending to colors.
Okay, Prismatic Ending removes Chalice of the Void. And now a Swords for Devourer of Destiny. We've ended up in a situation somehow in this game where neither player has a creature on the board and both players are out of ammo. Playing off the top of the deck.
I'm like, oh, what are the chances he's just gonna take the land? Yeah, sure.
We'll make it uncounterable.
All right, Sire of 7 Deaths. Well,
do like an edict in there somewhere.
You've already said it.
Oh yeah, you're playing the momentum card. Yeah, I have the cards in there.
I don't remember if I played 2 or 3.
I think it's a really interesting card.
The fairy.
It's a fairy time raveler. Okay. Bounce disinformation campaign. Okay. Draw a card. Ponder.
Interesting tramples, right?
This has been such a good game.
Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink.
Tramples. Actually,
Ponder, shuffle.
You pondered, so.
I made changes to the deck. No, I don't have one.
Okay.
Audrey will scoop it up. Game 1 goes to Eldrazi.
I think they're not playing the
So it all worked out for Zach in Game 1. Mulligan to 6 happening here for Zach. Audrey has kept 7, it looks like. Yeah, Momentum Breaker might have been the only out for Audrey. Audrey pointing out in the chat. That's why they scooped. Audrey's going to be on the play. 1 card going to the bottom for Zach. Looks like we're ready to go. Game 2.
One. Yeah, I'll keep and I'll review the file.
We'll fetch a thumb.
Okay, so at the beginning of your first upkeep, you can resolve an ability with Devourer of Destiny, but you do have to reveal it from your opening hand. So it was revealed in the opening hand. We're going to see this upkeep ability, I assume, on Zach's upkeep. Not on Audrey's upkeep. So Ponder is happening here on turn 1. Devourer of Destiny, one of those cards that I was pointing out is just so weird. Devourer of Destiny ability resolving here. Look at the top 4. 1 card back on top, exile the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
So weird.
Yeah, that first game was kind of back-breaking.
Saw some cool plays in game 1 too with Momentum Breaker, Disinformation Campaign. Audrey put up a heck of a fight. Really curious to see how this game 2 plays out. Okay, so exiling 3 cards. Look like Lotus Petal, a Kozilek's Command, and the 1 ring. What could be on the top of the deck? Some powerful cards. Kozilek's Command was so key there in game 1. Cavern of Souls naming Eldrazi past the turn. Okay. Threatening some plays that Audrey will have a hard time interacting with on the stack. Wasteland. Pretty good. Cavern of Souls pretty valuable in this matchup. Wasteland pass. Ooh, doesn't go after the Tundra. Needs mana, I assume. The Eldrazi decks are, of course, kind of mana hungry. We saw a 7 mana spell a moment ago.
I have Ugin. Yeah. Fleshraker.
I have Ugin into Fleshraker. Pretty good. Needed that Wasteland for mana.
Fetch another Rosy like Phelia.
Okay.
Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd. The dog. Which creature type is better, dog or Eldrazi? Which one feels more like Magic the Gathering lore? I don't remember the Legends set having dogs 30 years ago. Are there even dogs on Dominaria? Does anybody know? Just doesn't feel like Magic lore. All right. Glaring Fleshraker facing down a Phelia. Will be interesting if Audrey attacks. What happens? Phelia has an attack trigger. Bowmaster. Okay. Ping the Glaring Fleshraker. Well, this is what I was talking about. Phelia's going to blink Bowmaster.
See what you're doing.
Move the box.
Zach says, I see what you're doing. Gonna try to trade.
Yeah.
Okay, Fleshraker dies either way. Bowmaster comes back. And a Wasteland on a Vayavugan. Big plays here. Yeah, Audrey pointing out in the chat, forcing a trade either way, need it off the board. Yeah, Fleshraker is so powerful.
Disruptor Flute? That resolves. Wasteland.
Okay, Disruptor Flute on Wasteland. Zach is fine with not using his own.
On yours.
And then I will pass
Alright, Twitch chat seems divided on whether or not there are dogs on Dominaria and if dogs are within the Magic lore. Attack it for 3.
Okay, so remind me, so...
Yeah, they're the companion app.
Any ship... Just a group of any solitary hog. Any family is... Ones may not be adjacent to
Orcish Bowmaster and a 2/2 Orc Army friend. No creatures on Zach's side. Some pretty big plays early. Baleful Strix, which was huge in game 1. Held back Zach quite a while. Aurelie says it would be called Dog Mania if there were dogs. Yeah, there's just... I don't know. Dogs just don't feel like Magic lore, you know? Consigned to memory counters Thought Knots here. Pretty good.
Cards? 3.
What about the lore? Here's a brainstorm for Audrey. Harry Houdini wondering about cats. Yeah, there are cats in the Magic lore because of cat folk or whatever they're called. Cat folk. All right, here's Murktide Regent. Pretty good. 6/6. Yeah, Miri's on Dominaria. She's on the Weatherlight, yeah. Flying ships, perfect Magic lore. Boats that fly in the air. It all makes sense. Anything with wheels, I'm upset. Going to game 3.
This is game 3?
It is good. Yeah. We took 38 minutes for the one.
Chili making a great point. There's Miri, so there's cats. There's Tangar, so there's cows. But where is dog? Oh, yeah, not on Dominaria. You see, Chili gets it. Chili gets it.
So silly.
I just don't want dogs in my game, in my format.
All my lands were blown up with Tanzania.
Fast format, yeah.
If people want to play Dogs Commander, that's fine, but not in my format. You should see what these people write on Reddit.
Lost it.
These people are out of their minds. What about the lore? They're diluting the lore and making bestseller Universes Beyond sets. I'm upset.
Surveil.
Undercity Sewer, Surveil. Harry admitting he likes me less now.
You have a Maya.
Sure.
1, 2. So I Micah Spawn, cast trigger.
Yeah.
All right, Micah Spawn not kicked. Gonna tutor to land. Ramp. Wasteland, blow up Undercity Sewer. Pretty good. Good start to game 2. Game 3.
I'm not gonna cut you anymore since we are a little short.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Drop.
Yeah.
A lot of talk on the various social medias or whatever about the Micah Spawn and the Micah Spawn and if it's blowing up every land that you could imagine. Is it getting kicked now? I guess so. Can target Pluto Delta, which Audrey can crack in response. And then Zach's going to tutor for a land and put it into play. What about the play patterns? What about the play patterns of not allowing my opponent to reap and sow? Ancient Tomb is found. Put into play. Zach's going to have access to a lot of mana coming up.
Does Micah Spawn enter?
Yes.
2. Chalice on 1.
Chalice on 1. All right.
And swing with the 1 Micah Spawn.
Sure.
Past you.
Really powerful turn for Zach. Audrey has his work cut out here. Chalice on 1, disrupting quite a bit. Micah spawns. Cavern on Eldrazi now, attacking for 6. Phelia, the dog, gets flashed in. Harry in the chat is cheering on Eldrazi. Phelia attacks, gonna blink that Chalice. It'll come back without any charge counters on it, so that's pretty huge. Audrey's gonna fetch here, play Barrogoyf. Okay, okay.
Just lands.
That's a one. For now.
Well, it's a 1-power Barrogoyf. Chalice comes back with no counters on it. So I don't think Audrey has to worry about it anymore. The Micah spawns dropped Audrey to, and some fetch lands, dropped Audrey to 9. So is Barrogoyf going to be blocking here to trade or wait to grow larger than the Micah spawns? Let's see what Audrey does.
The Micah Spawns.
Yeah, I gained.
Swinging for 6. Audrey's going to take it, drop to 3.
Oh, that would have been more.
Yeah, Mr. Arch saying Phelia blinking Chalice was not a line I ever considered. It's pretty good. Glaring Fleshraker is scary here. Force pitching Brainstorm. Ooh, was there a missed opportunity to use Cavern? Wait, how does that work? Hold on. Can you do that? Can you just tap Cavern, tap... Oh, you need Colorless. Yeah, the Eye of Ugin makes it awkward. Right? All right, well, now Barrogoyf has 3 power. Does Audrey attack here? Attacking. Yeah, the Eye of Ugin kind of screwed that Fleshraker in a way. I forgot about that for a moment. I got excited when I saw the Cavern not tapped. So Barrogoyf's ability resolves. No creature returned, but grows its power to 4 post-combat. Post-damage. Grows a little bit. Another Barrogoyf would be amazing here. Oh, I got excited for a second, but it's a Plague Engineer naming Eldrazi, which could be super relevant.
Chalice comes into play, past you.
Wow, we have ourselves a game 3, folks. Plague Engineer naming Eldrazi. That makes Glaring Fleshraker a little bit complicated. Eye of Ugin kind of screwed Zach of Ugin in this exact situation. As far as that Glaring Fleshraker getting countered. Would love to have that on the board right now. There's a Wasteland. There's a chance that... Maybe Zach should have waited with the Fleshraker? It's so awkward. That Barrowlife made the situation kind of... Alright, well, swinging with the Mika spawns here. Eldrazi get through, drop Audrey to 1. Audrey's tapped out.
You probably want to destroy this. The problem is how do you do with that?
Just passing the turn, okay? Oh boy. Does Barrowlife just attack again, or does it have to play defense now? I think it has to attack, right? So awkward. Alright, attacking with the Barrowlife. Gonna gain 4 life. Trigger the Barrowlife. Camera got bumped. Murktide. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Early Micah spawns, and Audrey is still alive and in this game, very much in this game, as Zach just dropped a 7, now a Murktide Regent. Wasteland getting fired off, which is huge. Do we hit Cavern or hit Eye or going after Yavimaya? Okay, okay. Holding off on Murktide. Ooh, what does that tell us? That tells us maybe there's a Force of Will in hand that we need blue card for. Swords to Plowshares, I see it in Audrey's hand now. That could be huge too, because Audrey can swords his own creature if he needs to.
So 3 plus Murktide.
4 total cards in hand. Yeah, Audrey's saying my Barrowlife needs to survive. Another Cavern.
3.
Oh, this game is so tight.
K command, X3.
Target.
Kozilek's command, X is 3. Targeting the Barrowlife, I assume.
Scrying myself.
Force of Will. It's Murktide. This is a 5. It's a Kindred.
Yeah, Kindred counts.
Yeah, Kindred counts. Barrowlife grows. Force of Will, pitching Murktide, which I guess we kind of saw coming after Murktide was not cast. Zach goes for it anyway in case there was a bluff. Now Zach has to seriously consider not attacking, which is really awkward. Keep in mind the Micro Spawns are 2 power. But they could attack for lethal here. If Audrey didn't block. Obviously Audrey would block at least, at minimum.
Take 2 trade.
Okay, the dog trades with a Micro Spawn. 2 damage gets in. Another Phelia on end step. Pretty good. Does Audrey have lethal here? Swinging. That is the match. Oh, man. Audrey gets it. GG's. Well played. Very well played. Eldrazi is beaten. Eldrazi is beaten. Kind of unexpectedly. If you saw the beginning couple of turns in that game, it looked like Eldrazi was just going to run away with that one. A big Barrowlife saved the day. Dogs are the superior type. And Harry is booing. Wow. Huge things happening today on 90s MTG. Light Confidant screaming that win was earned. Yeah, Audrey's room for error in that game was basically 0. Wow. That was good. That was good. All right, Light Confidant demanding another match. You know what? We're going to stick around for one more. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Thank you for all the gift subs earlier, everybody. We're gonna throw another match up on this live stream. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Your options will be Esper Vial versus Dimir, Echo of Eons versus Mono Black, Maverick versus Eldrazi, or Mardu Aggro versus Maverick, or Esper versus Maverick. 1 minute. Vote now in the chat. Harry screaming for Eldrazi. Light Confidant is hype. Harry pointing out in the previous match, maybe there was an opportunity to hold off on the second Myco spawn without a target on a land. That could be the case. Lots of votes are coming in here. Don't forget to join our Discord server. Join our Discord server. Critical that you join our Discord server. Also critical, make sure you are following our Patreon. Links are all over the place for that. Make sure you are following our Patreon. It is free to follow our Patreon. And if you're watching this later on YouTube or watching live or whatever, wherever you're watching, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. It is free. Make sure you are subscribed. Aviator contributed 3,200 channel points. Esper versus Maverick is up next. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, diving into it.
How you doing, bro? Pretty good.
Okay, Audrey back on the left with Esper, Speed, Surveil, mid-range control tempo. And on the right, we have Maverick. That would be Bobby. I mentioned earlier on today's stream, we've been seeing a lot of these blue bounce decks in the format at our locals. We've been seeing a lot of Green Sun Zenith decks at the locals. We've kind of developed our own metagame. I know. People are going to tell me that Mono Red Stompy is 62% of the meta or something. And Reanimator is 48% of the meta. But at the locals here in New York City, it's a little bit different. Both players are doing pile shuffling. Audrey going very slowly. Bobby's getting up. Bobby did 7 piles. Audrey did 6. Very interesting stuff going on. Light Confidant predicting a grindy match.
A little bit of a fuck yesterday. I'm a bearded dragon, so I changed it a lot.
I was supposed to bring a brew, but I was still...
Esper, Surveilled, Speed versus Maverick.
Obviously.
Should have brought it.
I think brews are better also for like Bifrost. You don't call it Bifrost, right?
Start your engines.
Rounds. I feel like if they were willing to go 4 rounds, I would go there more often.
It's more for like because we then go out like for drinks and whatever. I think at some point we've been like 11 people to the bar.
Oh, okay. So
like I don't go like.
All right, players getting ready to go here, chatting a bit.
Play. Block, you got. I got it. It should be, yes.
We're just getting ready to go. Resolving mulligans.
Sure.
Okay, Bobby is capped, and mulligan for Audrey. Taking a while.
Four lands, 3/4 drops. I can cast it. Take care, Sam.
Oh, cool. Good to hear.
Oh, they drew like cowards. Makes sense. Oops, like on camera.
Yeah.
It's just.
There's no point playing it.
It's very interesting matches sometimes.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's this thing.
Well, you have the there. Oh, okay. Yeah, this Friday. They get a nice event for
Yeah.
Friday.
Right.
Okay, one card on the bottom for Audrey. Mull to 6. Bobby had Ket 7. Once upon a time, great way to start a match. We are underway. Audrey has posted this list in our Discord server. It is now pinned to the decklist channel. Windswept Heath.
Cans.
I'll fetch.
Just, oh, alright. Yeah.
All right, fetching here on turn 1 is Bobby. We're actually going to call this deck Esper Phelia. I think Phelia is the MVP in this deck. Mother of Runes on turn 1. Getting forced. All right, Force of Willing, pitching Days on the problematic creature Mother of Runes. Ponder.
Oh, yikes. I really want to keep these cards.
All right, a Ponder Shuffle.
I'll draw.
Yeah.
Balon liking the Maverick. Yeah, Maverick's a cool deck. Hope we get some good cards this year for Maverick. Mother of Runes, number 2. This time it resolves.
Sure.
Don't scoff at my What's wrong with you?
Keviak with a great question. Why is it called Maverick? So, going back quite a while ago, Legacy, we're talking like over 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. Wow, it's actually, yeah, it's so long ago. Anyway, Legacy had a lot of what people thought of back in the old days as Xerox decks. I think Vintage still calls them that. You know, Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will, blue decks. And that was basically the best thing to be doing at the time. To not play blue, you were a bit of a Maverick. And that's kind of how it started. I think that's basically it. Someone's going to correct me and tell me I'm wrong. Knight of the Reliquary.
It's fine. 2/2, yeah.
3/3.
Yeah. No, sorry, I mean like 2 moms.
Oh, okay, 2 moms, yeah.
Yeah. What was the first one, not the second one? That's fine.
It's a very old deck archetype name, Maverick.
But I'm going to waste the...
And now Wasteland on Scrubland.
Go.
Was it the username? Oh, it was the username of a guy who started it. Okay. Bowmaster getting flashed in here. Mother of Runes is live.
Sure, I'll target that.
I'll protect it. Go back.
All right, Noah Mass for Audrey. Ability is countered. Attack with the Bowmaster.
Okay,
Ah, Kaito coming in with Ninjutsu, Bane of Nightmares.
I'll tap this and stun it twice.
Alright.
Alright, now another card becomes stunned. Pretty cool.
Seen that coming.
I was like, if you block, you oh, I took 3 and answered.
I'll draw.
So I think I took too much. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7.
So Kaido is on the board. The knight is stunned. Kaido has 2 loyalty. Did we forget to remove a counter from the knight? I think we did.
Oh, this should be
Okay, it's been corrected. I don't think you can miss that. I don't know. K9 Curator is found.
You scared me with the brew. I didn't know, like, how dog. Psycho.
There's too many things.
So K9 Curator potentially could attack Kaido on the next turn. Kaido attacking here. It's a 3-4. Bobby will take it. Mother Runes available to protect Bobby creatures from removal potentially. Audrey took advantage of Mother Runes being tapped last turn to stun the knight.
Teferi and Prismatic.
Teferi and Prismatic Ending surveilled into the graveyard. Interesting. No white mana. So I guess we're off white. Pretty useless without white mana. Both of those cards. Looks like Audrey's holding a Murktide. Okay. It's not bad. It's going to be an 8-8. It's pretty good.
This has no counters.
I'll draw.
Alright, final stun counter is removed. Knight will be able to untap on the following turn.
You have anything else? Let me just, do that.
Yeah, with K9 Curator in play, there's a chance that Audrey's Graveyard will go away and Murktide will be disabled. But now it's on the board and it's an 8-8. Even a full power K9 Curator can't attack through that. So we'll see if Mother of Runes protects K9 Curator from blue and then attack and finish off Kaido. Elvish Reclaimer, okay. Or if we wait till the following turn to do that. Another Mother of Runes was just played. That's the turn. Alright, holding off on attacking Kaido for now. Knight will be on tapping next turn, which could be relevant.
It's just that.
Yep.
Yeah, Mother Runes and Elvish Reclaimer are brand new. There's one Mother Runes that's no longer summoning sick that's been around for a while. Knight was stunned for a while, but now about to untap.
I'll exile the Planeswalker.
Okay, in response to Brainstorm, exiling Teferi from the yard.
Oh, wait, no, I got it right. Yeah, +2 and then 1 from
Kaito, people in our comment section, people in the chat, people in our Discord. Many of them seem to think this might be the best Planeswalker in Legacy at the moment. It's pretty good.
Combat? Still make
Once Bobby has 2 Mother of Runes, it's going to be an increasingly difficult situation for Audrey. But the 8-8 Murktide potentially will be good enough. All right, so making a Kaido emblem and attacking with Kaido and Murktide.
4, 5, and 8.
4, 5, and 8.
Is this unblockable?
No. It's just a sex.
4, 5, and 8.
I mean, Eldrazi is a silly combo. It's just so good.
It's a lot of damage to take here. An 8/8 flyer. Jumping with the second Mother Runes, it seems, the one that is summoning sick.
I
Knew that it was going to
pass
still be a
the
7.
I will draw.
Alright, Knight finally untaps. There's a Mother of Runes available. Only one type exiled by the Raccoon so far. Still just 2 lands in Mobby's graveyard, so neither the Reclaimer... Well, the Reclaimer is still small, and the Knight is just a 4/4.
Really like your board. What's so crazy is I drew all my tap lands.
Hey.
There's the chance Kaido could be attacked here and knocked out, but the Murktide is a big problem for Bobby, as you can see.
Didn't I draw the Fossil Oracle and like...
Potentially we could see a play like the Knight phasing out the Murktide and then crack back for a win.
Because I was like the last 3 turns I'll just top it.
Bobby trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
3 loyalty, right?
Yeah, technically it's a play. Well, it's always a play. It's just not a creature.
I have considered playing 2 because of this.
Yeah, Kaido not a creature at the moment.
Yeah, but Doomsday is more all in into that.
Do we want to attack Kaido? Attack with all 3 creatures?
Really? There was just some games where that you just accidentally draw it's just like icing on the
Looks like Bobby is figuring this out. Green Sun Zenith X is 2 on the stack. Okay. Okay. Scrib Ranger. Okay. Okay. I like where this is going.
Yep.
Bobby has to be careful with his own life total. The Murktide can now be blocked by a pro blue flyer, potentially. Mother Runes is available to protect critical creatures. Bobby's still trying to figure out attacks.
Yeah.
Now it's a play.
And it has hexproof.
That's hexproof.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Yeah.
The Scrib Ranger is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people.
So these 2 are attacking Kaito, this one's attacking you.
Okay, so 2 creatures are being sent at Kaito. And a Knight is attacking Audrey. 2 lands in the yard.
Kaito, and then this is me.
What is Audrey holding here? There's 1 Mother of Runes.
Okay.
2 damage.
Sure.
Take 4.
Okay, so 4 damage gets through. Kaido is knocked out. Scrib Ranger available on defense with a Mother of Runes to protect it. It has protection from blue. It could potentially untap Knight or Reclaimer if needed.
Oh, it's trouble. I remember that.
I'll bounce the Savannah, untap the Knight. It's fine.
Okay, so Script Ranger's ability is targeting the knight right now. Before it untaps, Audrey might respond.
I'm going to spend a minute on this.
Hello, Bali Song.
Masters. Feel it. Expect that.
Told it to.
Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd.
What are you gonna blink?
Blink when I attack.
Oh, it doesn't blink when it enters?
No. It's every time I attack. And if I flicker, it's a flicker as well. So it comes back in the end step.
Whenever Phelia
If I flicker something of mine, it gets a +1/+1 counter at the end.
But non-permanent. Okay.
Phelia will be annoying.
Flicker a line would be incredible.
I was thinking that. Sure. On your upkeep.
Yeah. That's my upkeep.
Okay, I'm thinking about making a move on Audrey's upkeep now. Bobby proceeding very carefully. Looks like we're going to activate the Knight, sacking of Plains. 3 lands now in the graveyard for Bobby.
Sorry, I mean it's very tricky.
You can take your time.
Now Bobby trying to figure out what to find with the Knight. Keep in mind the Script Ranger can also untap the Knight potentially. But there's a little bit of an awkwardness right now where... Okay, goes for Caracas, which is interesting. Audrey could have responded before Script Ranger can return a forest to hand because Bobby does not have a forest at the moment. There's a chance that Bobby might pay a price for not cracking this Windswept Teeth and finding a forest. Instead, he has to crack Windswept Teeth before he can activate Script Ranger. I don't know if this is going to be relevant, but it could be. Baleful Strix comes in. Caracas bounces Phelia before combat. Baleful Strix pretty good here.
Yep. Okay, pass.
I'll fetch. Sure.
Alright. Fetching here. Audrey allows it to go. Finds a basic forest. So no harm done so far on that.
Sure.
Okay, exiling a Brainstorm with Keen-Eyed Curator. Audrey remembers the Murktide trigger. So Audrey's Murktide now a 9/9.
I'll draw 1, 4.
4 lands now in the graveyard. So Reclaimer has grown. Knight of the Reliquary is a 6/6. Caracas will hold off Phelia for now.
I'm watching this. Oh my god. Go ahead. Yeah.
For 2.
It's the third one. This card's too broken. Is any card?
Green Sun Zenith happening. Mother Runes and Script Ranger are pretty good right now. Gaddock Teague. Okay.
Cut.
That was a cat. Did you pass a turn?
No. I will. Two cards, right? 3 cards.
You know.
Char Twin just gifted 5 subs and a hype train just began. Thank you, Char Twin. Thank you, thank you.
Five now? Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just making sure.
Still game one. Still game one. Thinking about attacks. Okay, pro blue for the knight.
6.
Attacking.
6.
6.
Scrib Ranger could potentially untap Mother Runes, don't forget. Elvish Reclaimer doesn't have mana available right now to use its ability. If Bobby tries to activate Scrib Ranger right now, Audrey could respond that it could be problematic. Bobby taking some risks to put some damage through. I don't mind it. Scrib Ranger, pro blue, and could potentially hold off this Murktide for now. 2 removal spells from Audrey could be... Alright, here's a Bowmaster. Targeting the Scrib Ranger makes a lot of sense.
Pro black.
Okay, pro black for now for the Scrib Ranger. Okay, so we get to reset with the Scrib Ranger. Has another forest, which is the Savannah, sitting right below me right here. Activating it now? Untapping Knight. Okay. Out of forests on the board. Ooh, this is so tight. Sacking the plane to the Knight now.
I'll face out the Murktide Regent.
Talon Gates of Madara will phase out Murktide Regent. Okay. Audrey's saying that this might have been too much of a push for Bobby. Murktide is under control. Yeah, I'm not sure we needed to phase out Murktide there, but Bobby could have a plan I'm not aware of yet.
Oh, so many tricks. I hate this deck.
Bobby potentially setting up a big attack on the following turn. To Ferry. Okay, Mother Runes is tapped. Scrib Ranger already used this turn. Light Confidant says I take the blame for forcing Chris to show another match. You know what? I appreciate all the support from Light Confidant, from everybody else in the chat. Especially those that have gifted subs and longtime members. You're keeping the show alive. Hit the join if you're watching this on YouTube. Go follow our Patreon. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Important. We have some things behind the scenes in the works. Need a little bit of a bump. Get a membership if you can. I won't say any more about that for now.
Yeah, because I'm just reading.
Oh, before it copied itself? The top deck is not good because you just attacked me. But if you double block.
Pass it to him.
Okay, Murktide will remain phased out. Scrubland is exiled.
You don't have a creature, right? 7/7.
Okay, so Key 9 Curator gets its bonus now. There are 4 types exiled. Two dice are indicating it. Hype train complete. Thank you for the subs, everybody.
2 cards, right?
2 cards in Audrey's hand, 3 cards in Audrey's hand. Big attack coming in. Belfast Strix is available on defense.
I don't have fun. No waste. Yep. I hate that you can just blow up your bait, your opponent's base deck, and then get your wasteland and blow up their other planet.
All right, that is the game. Bobby takes game 1. 7/7 Trampler, pretty hard to beat. Key9 Curator. Mr. Art says, do I need to cancel my Twitch sub and get a YouTube membership? If you're already a member, if you're already a paid member of 90s MTG, no matter where you have that membership, just you're fine. Don't worry. We're talking to everybody else.
Elongates it. It's fine. It's just fine. It's fine. Don't talk about it.
Unless for some reason you want to switch, that's fine. But
Who would do that?
thank you to all of our members across all the platforms. Keeping this thing going.
That's fucked up. You know what's fucked up? Someone trying to like.
Whoa.
Micah spawn me on turn 2.
Players getting ready for game 2. Light Confidant is very much a member. An employee, yeah.
I had to force it because my hand was 3 fetches. My god, sorry. Guys, fucking Italians.
Audrey will be on the play here for game 2. Players drawing up hands. Yeah, spicy brew, spicy language from Audrey on today's stream. Flooded Strand, pass. Both players kept 7. Audrey getting heated. Yeah. Audrey's very angry right now. Here's Noble Hierarch.
Did I take out my special card?
How come whenever I pass by people casually playing board games in the shop, they're playing the Pandemic board game? What is going on with that? There's no other board game you could play?
On a card?
No, it's just 3 mana.
Anyway.
Sure.
All right, left the card on top with the Undercity Sewer.
Momentum breaker.
Oh, okay. So this is
Momentum Breaker. Okay.
Sacrifice a creature or a vehicle. If you can't, you discard the card. And then.
Oh, I have to, so it's not a choice.
No, yeah, it's not a choice. You have to. You can choose between a creature or a vehicle.
Okay.
And I will pass.
I'll untap. I'll draw. Cards?
Yeah, the DCI has been dispatched. So Audrey has 1 speed right now. We've started the engines on Audrey's side. What about the lore?
I have to say that wasn't on my bingo card.
Excuse me, this card is wrecking vintage.
Really?
Of course, because with Loras you gain 4 and the sacrifice of this card.
With what?
Loras?
Loras?
We can talk later.
Okay,
It's
sure.
early time with you. Take 1. Hi.
Okay, Noble Hierarch. Apparently, Momentum Breaker is good to vintage. Pass the turn.
Play a Tundra, always this.
Wasteland on Horizon Canopy. It is gone. Dahlia, Guardian of Thraben, getting dazed. Tempo. I just felt that tempo right there.
Okay.
There's Phelia, the Exuberant Shepherd again.
You attack to take 2, speed goes up. This, you sacrifice.
Attacking, speed goes up, Momentum Breaker comes back. Noble Hierarch is sacrificed. Bobby plays a Plains. Swords on Phelia, pretty good. Another Phelia flashed in.
Play Wasteland, attack, flicker this. Discard, you take 2.
Knight of the Reliquary discarded. That's pretty good. 1 counter now on the Phelia. It's a 3 power again.
My Phelia is stuck in my hand and I'm like, well, I can cast it and now they plow it. Sure, I have another one. 25.
That's the worst part. Go.
Orcish Bowmaster flashed in after Phelia is removed.
Oh, I forgot this good trigger.
Audrey's speed should be 3, I guess, but it's just 2 right now.
Okay. Brainstorm.
Alright. So you're telling me I should start putting back the Hushbringers?
No. Also, this doesn't work with Hushbringer.
Fair
That's
enough.
fine. Don't do that. You make me sad. Attack for 2.
Take care, take care.
Play against you again, man.
Sure.
Take care, man.
It's a trigger for the
Take care,
speed,
Dave.
and I'll pass it to you.
All right, so Audrey gained speed that time. Speed is 3. Caracas could potentially be good against Phelias in the future. Needed that a while ago. Choke. Ooh.
So mean. A float.
Gets dazed.
Containment priest. Sure.
Oh, yeah. So when you flicker with the Phelia.
Yeah. I also get the Caracas.
That's pretty awesome.
It's cool. It's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Surveil. And attack for 4.
Surveil's a Grafdigger's Cage in the graveyard with Containment Priest. Kind of no longer need that. We're at max speed. Pass the turn.
I appreciate it. Respond.
Sure.
Talia, Guardian of Thraben. Thinking about a response. Brainstorm.
Yes.
Okay.
My turn? Oh, sorry. This guy's One card?
One card.
I will pass the turn.
I'll draw. 2 cards.
2 cards. Let's cut my deck. Not that.
Knight of the Reliquary. Not the worst. Not the worst.
Phelia?
Sure.
Phelia getting flashed in. With Containment Priest, that's going to be really annoying.
5, 6. 6.
Swords on the Knights.
Attack this 3 crystals. You take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Back to 9.
And it is exiled. Go ahead. It's exiled.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Alright, thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to game 3. Showing off a little bit there is Audrey, what this deck is capable of. Moving on to game 3. Should be a good game 3. Audrey doing the Phelia thing. Momentum Breaker looked pretty good there.
Ultimately.
Pretty mean card to blink.
Not worth it.
Sure.
Okay, Audrey has multi 6. Wooded Foothills cracked by Bobby. Blinky, blinky. Says Light Confidant. Yeah, that was a pretty broken start, Audrey. Noble Hierarch is in.
Basically,
Also, like, that the taxes crap and all their blinky stuff, so I don't know, that's a tough card to cut. I don't know if you're
Sure.
But you're more like
Looks like Audrey's holding a copy of the Wandering Emperor in hand. That's a personal favorite of mine. I like that card a lot.
I'm very like, yeah, I know I can
Grafdigger's Cage?
Grafdigger's Cage. Just creatures, right?
Creatures, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was me talking in the background. We heard briefly there. Wooded Foothills getting cracked here with a Grafdigger's Cage on the stack. You might be finding Dryad Arbor. Nope, Lush Portico, Surveil. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it's just an end step play. Once upon a time, Surveil into the graveyard.
Sure. They think are like the optimizers. It doesn't matter. But
Wasteland.
You're not going to play against that money game too. Yeah. And so
3
you have
lands,
a lot
alright.
more freedom to play.
Well, Scrib Ranger gets flashed in. Lush Portico got blown up.
It doesn't matter.
Ouchies.
Okay, attack with the Scrib Ranger. It's 2 power. And 2 exalted.
Avoiding their cycle. Like, you're going to play against your enemy. No, you're not, actually. You're not.
Responsible defense.
Only play against Randy once.
Yeah.
Alright, Swords takes out Scrib Ranger. Scrib Ranger can be so good, or it just dies immediately and does nothing.
Cards.
It's kind of like
It's more fun.
crashing into each other with random shit.
I was playing Scrib Ranger in my Maverick deck when Psychic Frog was legal, because it could block the frog, block the frog, And I feel like every time it hit the table, it was removed immediately. Just died immediately. Yeah, Mr. Arch hearing me in the background telling people they won't play against Reanimator. I haven't played against Reanimator in like a month.
5 months.
I played Legacy more than the average person. Here's Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd. But I don't play on MTGO. So. Whatever. This Endurance with 2 Exalted triggers is going to be kind of annoying for Audrey here. It's going to take a big chunk out of the life total with each attack. Phelia staying back on defense this time. 6 lands in the yard for Bobby, it looks like. They're keeping track of that for some reason.
Deck thinning. Fucking deck thinning.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Cut.
Audrey, 1 mana away from that Wandering Emperor we saw.
I'll draw. Come on. Really? I'll move to combat. Sure. Exalted. Okay.
Alright, chump blocking with Phelia. Playing a Wasteland. That Wandering Emperor might be a little bit further away now after the swords. Another Phelia gets flashed in though. Okay.
Stop killing my dogs. Oh my god.
Stop chump blocking my elemental, I guess.
Could. Fetch.
Sure. 8.
Okay, Pluto Delta gets cracked.
His deck's really good though. It's really
Archie's gonna find a Tundra.
Not as good as mine though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Love Green Sun Zenith.
Bobby is a Green Sun Zenith gamer.
Murktide. Sad.
Mark.
Murktide Regent.
Just a 3-3.
Just a 3-3.
Attack, Flicker Murktide.
Okay.
Take 2. Yeah.
I'll draw.
Okay, flickering the Murktide allowed Phelia to get a counter, so Phelia now has 3 power. What happens to this Murktide during this combat step? I guess we're gonna find out. Uh-oh. Tapping a lot of mana is Bobby.
Questing Beast.
Sure.
Questing Beast.
Doesn't jump, alright?
Yeah.
That's 100,000 text. I think 3.
Down to 5.
Alright. Chump blocks the Questing Beast, drops to 5. Questing Beast might be too good here.
Deluge.
Ah, you stopped greatness. You stopped greatness. Look what I could have done. If you don't wasteland me, I can do this twice. With the Phelia.
Alright, Bobby takes the match. Audrey can't believe it. You should have let me win, says Audrey. Questing Beast, the MVP of the whole format. Nobody put it in their deck except for Bobby. And Bobby wins it all. Bobby wins it all. Wow. Amazing. GG's. The format is exactly the way we want it. We could not be happier. And thank you, Wizards, for everything. We are very happy. And by we, I speak on behalf of all of us, of the Legacy community, of roughly, I don't know, 600 people. Okay, stick around for a raid, everybody. Stick around for a raid. You'll get some channel points for sticking around. I'll see everybody soon. Keep an eye on the Discord for the streaming schedule. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the Patreon. Peace out.